That's great. So you can see the screen as it is right now.
Yes.
Showing right now. Okay. Okay. So we are grateful to God for this particular time. I welcome you once again to this very section of our main FOREX. Today, as I told you, I'm going to introduce way to the theoretical, going to actually lay the bed. I mean, the vulnerable bed, which you call the latex foam. I think, how many of you like ash foam? I think ash foam so much it can actually cause cross thread. So people like latex foam. So I'm laying the latex foam for you guys so you can comfortably, rest when you are dealing with the forex market. So let's get started. Background to the entire forex market. All right. So this is the introduction. Introduction to the forex market. All right. Here we go. So where did this particular foreign exchange concept ever come from? Get into it. Now, foreign exchange activities, shortly known as forex trading, can be traced back as far as the days of King Solomon. I know most of you heard of when he appointed Navy officers to deal in gold exchange with other nations. Now, you should not be surprised at all that today, when you enter like drinking water. I get the point. Yeah. So yourself, when you start the real practical trading, you realize that trading in gold a lot because it's one of the most volatile, one of the most liquid, volatile trading assets on the market. And so a lot of people actually trade the gold a lot in the market. So it's one of the most highly traded assets on the forex market. Now in those days, nations were and populations actually were increasing. And so they began to set legislations that spell out their dealings with other nations in order to ensure the security of their citizens. Now, in the midst of that, not every nation was able to produce all that the citizens demanded. Hence, there was need for the nations, the organization, to enter into international agreements all together. So the concept that actually made these international agreements to work was foreign exchange. This enabled citizens of one nation to exchange these currencies, etc., with other nations so that they can easily transact business with those other nations. So that is a basis for you when it comes to where this forex thing actually resurrected from. All right, let's boss on. Good. So let's look at a bit of the history once again. Let's enter into the history systematically and find out what this forex thing actually holds. Now, in the early centuries, there were people who helped others as we head in Jerusalem. Most of people actually listen, read the Bible or hear the preaching of the Bible. You understand that you can trace even exchanging of currencies, all these things, right? Even at that particular time also. So these people were mainly silversmith and goldsmith. Now the Greeks and the Egyptians who traded in those days traded mostly using their gold, for which reason most currencies in the 19th century were fixed to the gold metal. So if you are talking about gold, it has been in existence. They have been using it for all these transactions ever since the world began. So that is why gold has actually gained world recognition. Where in the 15th century, foreign banks were open. So that was when foreign banks started actually coming up, and they were opened by Italians to facilitate exchange of currencies for their textile industry. So at that time, they created some accounts, foreign exchange accounts that were called nostro accounts. So this account actually recorded transactions in both their local and currencies. Now, those practices actually are very, very significant in molding foreign exchange activities. Now, when you trace those things to that time, bring it to our day, they are still using those systems today. They learn from them. I get it. Now, they continued until the year 1880s, where the gold standard was introduced, meaning that all were pegged to the gold. Then the pound sterling took over in the year 1913 as the standard for other currencies, just as we have the US dollar today, due to the increase in number of banks in the UK at the time. So when the banks were increasing in the UK, that was when the pound sterling also gained some kind of, and so all other currencies were pegged to the pound sterling. But now let's look at what happened next. The continuation of it. All right. So the gold standard was dropped around the beginning of the Second World War. So in that time, major European countries having gold to support all the currency they were printing to pay for large projects, military projects. Of course, those days, military projects were most of their priorities. So although the gold standard was ultimately dropped, the precious metal never lost its spot as the ultimate form of monetary value. Now, the world then decided to have fixed exchange that actually resulted in the US dollar being the primary reserve currency, and that it will be the only currency backed by gold. This is known as the Bretton Woods system. I think most of you might have heard of Bretton Woods system. So if you are acquainted with economics and all that, but don't worry, we are not dealing with those kind of economic and stuff over here. We are here with a background of what you need to know about it. I mean, general picture. It's good to have a broad picture of the market before you enter. You narrow yourself down into the practicals. So don't worry about anything, any time on it. I mean, you have to understand the practicals will give you a picture, but understanding these things will help you as a student of Forex to position yourself very well, to know what you are doing. That's right. So I know by now you should be very excited for knowing all these things. So in 1971, the US declared that it will no longer exchange gold for US dollars that were held in foreign reserves. This marked the end of the Bretton Woods system at the time. All right, so what happened? It was this breakdown of the Bretton Woods system that ultimately led to the most global acceptance of what? Foreign exchange rate in 1976. This was effectively the birth of the current foreign currency exchange market, although it did not become widely electronically traded until about the mid-1990s. Prior to the internet age, Forex was only big banks, corporations, and millionaires. But thank God, today you and I, we the individuals with little capital, can access this huge financial market. Leverage from Forex brokers. Now I'll be explaining to you what this leverage is all about. Okay. So now let's look at the Forex itself. What then is Forex? What is it? Now, if you see Forex, you should understand that Forex is the short form of foreign exchange. That's all. It's as simple as that. The short form for foreign exchange. I believe you all might be acquainted with that. All right. So what really is this? Now, it simply means that you are exchanging one currency or commodity for another. Those of you who heard of barter trade in those days, as I give you the history, you will understand that they were exchanging commodities. So you are either exchanging currency or any other commodity for foreign country's currency. So, for example, in this case, if you are going to, let's say, Nigeria, you need to exchange the Ghanaian cedi for the Nigeria. So you can hold the naira before you go to Nigeria. If you are going to Togo, you need to exchange the Ghanaian naira so you can go to Togo and spend the naira. If you hold the Ghana cedi and go to Togo, you will be stranded. Papa. Let me just say it that way. Yeah. So that's just by the way, so and that's how it is. You have to make sure you exchange your local currency to that foreign currency before you get to that country. So if you're moving to the US, if you're moving to the Britain, that is what Great Britain pound. You have to get it before you go there. That's all about foreign exchange. That is the simple thing you have to understand about foreign exchange. That is it. That is it. The forex bureaus, you either go to them or you go to the bank, the money exchange for you. Now, where do all these transactions take place? Now, all these transactions are usually recorded by every government. So the movement of people in and out of the country, how they spend their money and all these things, the exchange of these monies, the government takes note of every single thing. So now understand why in Ghana we have the Ports and Harbors Authority, the customs services, and all these people trying to facilitate the process and checking smuggling as well. Basically, smuggling prevents government from knowing the net transactions of their countries with other nations. So, country has a system in place, and they record the transactions that they are resident, those who are in their country. For example, in Ghana, the transactions, the total transactions that the residents in this country are undertaking with every other foreign country. So government has a financial statement recording all these things. Now, at the end of the government will determine how foreigners are investing in the economy and how much Ghana is also investing in other economies. How much money is coming into Ghana and how much money is going out of Ghana. And so if Ghana, the government allows smuggling, they wouldn't be able to track all this and they will not be able to know the health of the economy. This is why it's always against smuggling money. So today you also understand why government is against smuggling and money laundering. All right, so the balance of payment status of a country actually country to what actually the stand of that particular country or economy is. Now, whether it is favorable or unfavorable, government will now take actually actions to be able to make sure that they are able to catch up with what the deficit or the surplus needs. Now, I believe you are now getting your economics lessons right. But don't worry, we are not going into detail. We are just talking about the surface so we can have a picture of what actually is happening in the economy and what we are doing. All right, let's move on. Now, what is the composition of the forex market? The foreign exchange market is the largest financial market globally, dictated by the activities of banks, of course, big banks, not Ventura Bank. Ventura Bank was one of my banks that I dealt with when I was very young. And so, yeah, not those kind of banks. We're talking about big banks across the globe. The entire market has a liquidity of about $6.6 trillion daily. So you also have to benefit from this money, $6.6 trillion. It's a very huge sum of money. You can't compare any market to it. I mean, don't bring KJTR, don't bring Makola, don't bring Abuja market. Don't bring that thing. What are you waiting for? This is a time. Now, what you must know about the forex market is that it is a decentralized or over-the-counter market. And it means that there is no single center like Bank of Ghana controlling all the banks in Ghana, but it is decentralized among the parties who are actually trading on among one another. So there is no single government or there's no single authority that is saying that, okay, increase your price to this level. No, it depends on supply. I informed you earlier. It depends on how people, banks are demanding for a certain currency or people are demanding for a particular currency. Then that is what will actually appreciate that currency or increase or reduce the currency. All right. So if you think of currency trading, stock trading, options trading, crypto trading, they are all split up into forex trading. So forex infrastructure that houses all these things. So now let's look at the major players in the forex market. Who are these major players? At this point, we want to find out those key individuals or corporations responsible for that majorly control prices on the forex market. So you have to know that there is no single individual or company that determine prices in the forex market, but activities of various participants or players in the market. So the individual participants of the banks that are, buying and selling in among themselves, they are the ones that determine the activities, determine the prices of the currencies. Now, the market is largely controlled by interbank activities among big banks or institutional corporations. So this is what we call the interbank market. Now, our small tokens that we actually have, we cannot access the market. So we small traders who don't have millions of dollars to start trading, retail traders, this is facilitated by the help of retail forex brokers or dealers. So in forex, we say be a friend of the trend, and the trend will also be your friend. Meaning you jump into the market when you see majority of the big guys buying or selling. I will show you how to do that soon in later sessions. Yeah, so let's boss on. Let's quickly boss on. So the major players. Now let's look at these real guys who are behind the scene doing the real thing. If you want to, these are the guys. These are the Citibank, the JP Morgan, the UBS, the Barclays. Barclays is already in Ghana here. They have a branch here, Deutsche Bank, Goldman Sachs, HSBC, and Bank of America. You can also talk about Bank of England and all these banks, big banks that are holding the financial resources of the world. So when they enter trades, when they place trades, it actually affects the market, the movement of the market. Now, I told you that I told you about following the trend. I mean that the trend simply means that it's either they are buying in that direction or they are selling in that direction. And if they are buying, you see the prices going, and if they are selling, you see the prices going down. And so you either see it to be trending upwards or trending downwards. And we are going to learn those things in details practically. Yeah. So let's jump into this particular part. Very, very important. Why you need sufficient knowledge. The people who are behind the system, who are actually trading on the platform, who are actually, manipulating everything, who are the ones controlling the prices, the ones changing the prices. What if I mean by changing the price, doesn't mean that they just stand up, but the activities are changing the prices. As they buy and sell more, then they are affected. All right. Now, that is why you need sufficient knowledge. So why you need that sufficient knowledge? I want to just talk about knowledge a bit. I told you I split the knowledge into two. The first part is know, and the second part is edge. This means that what you know about something leads you to have an edge in that field. Now, if you don't know about a thing, you can edge in that thing. And so here is the point. You can't know if you don't learn. Therefore, it is important to take learning serious in order to have a greater competitive advantage or edge in the market of trading forex. Without required knowledge, the forex career will be in limbo. So the emphasis here is that you must take knowledge very, very critical. And knowledge comes with learning. If you cannot know without learning. And so if you want to know, knowing means that you now have the ability to now gather the facts. I guess now you're able to gather the facts concerning something. I get through learning. And then you have an edge. The edge or the advantage, the competitive advantage that you have over others in the same manner. You might all be doing the same thing, but because you have availed yourself to certain kind of knowledge, something that you have actually discovered something that others could not discover. Obviously, you have an edge over that, you have an advantage over those people. And that is why knowledge is very, very important. Yeah. So how do we get this knowledge in your forex career? Now, 3 ways I'll show you to gather knowledge for the Forex success. All right, I hope you are ready to receive them. All right, if you're ready, the first one is this. You can obtain knowledge from a mentor whose instructions you subscribe to follow strictly. So you guys, your decision to actually be on the Tell to Earn Academy, Forex Academy, is also a right direction, because you are taking the first step to ensure that you obtain knowledge about this market before you start trading. And that is a very good gesture. That's a very powerful one. Yeah. The second thing you need to do is, as you follow the instructions of your mentor, you need to also obtain and expand your knowledge from reading books. Now, as you are in this community, we have a lot of things for you guys. I told you can actually get some books on Amazon, but Amazon, the books might be quite expensive. So to build your library, as a trader, what I'll advise you is that we'll be giving you opportunity. We have a library for you, give you the books that actually you can access or afford at very low. Most of the prices, some of the books on Amazon, they are even one is about 50 something dollars. Some are about $50, some are $20, $30, all that. But we want to bring all these books together, these professional books. And you don't just go and download any book or buy any book at all. You need to get books that are relevant to what we are doing. We are going to give you the books, and then you get them at the lowest cost, and then you build your library. That is very simple. I believe you guys will enjoy that very well. You don't spend huge sum of money buying books from Amazon. So that is how it is. Very, very powerful. But the third thing you have to know is what you need to also learn from the large community of traders. So now, as we are bringing all of you together, we have human beings with different ideas, different experiences that you can share together. And so you learn from one another and build yourself. There's no human being who is an island on his own. So therefore, you have to learn from different people. Yeah. So straight into the next section, where we'll look at traders, the types of trader. If you want to start trading, as you're going to start trading, you need to know the kind of trader you want to be. If you don't know the kind of style you want to adopt in your trading, you will always be confusing yourself. So I want to expose you to 3 types of traders that we have. The first one is the intraday trader, the scalpers. Now, these people are those that enter the market and exit their positions within the day. They don't really hold their trades to the end of the day. No, just enter, they gather some pips, and they move. So they can even be scalping, moving from one currency. You make some profit here, you move another currency, go and make some profits, move. Or you can be on one, you enter, you close quickly, some few minutes or some few hours, you just close, and then you enter another trade again. So that is a scalper. You enter and exit within short span of time. If you guys understand that, normally it is suitable for those who don't have huge account size. So if you don't have a huge account size, like maybe $1,000 or $50,000 or stuff like that, you have $500 and 200 or 800. You can be using scalping to build your account. I get it. So that is a secret, guys. I'm giving it to you right now. Yeah. Now, kind of traders are the day traders. These are the traders that hold their trade from the beginning of the trading session in the day, in the morning, until the end of the trading session in the evening, in the day. So that they can hold their trade for the whole day, expecting the price to move in their direction. So that, and they have analyzed the market based on where it will end at the end of the day. And then we have the third category, which are the swing traders. So the swing traders, they hold their trades more than a day, 2 weeks, months, and even a year. Talk about Warren Buffett, talk about Bill Gates and their friends and all those business guys who have millions and all that. They don't care about this, our scalping stuff. They don't need a small money. They want big money for the swing trading. They hold it for months, years, and stuff like that. Yeah. That's how it is. All right, guys, I think you are enjoying this particular one. Okay, so we are moving from the traders. So you know which kind of trader by this particular time, you should be identifying yourself based on your capital that you're going to start with and all that. You should be identifying the kind of trader that you want to be a scalper, you want to be a day trader, or do you want to be a swing trader? Yeah. If you are hearing me, I mean, give me your answers in the group. I want to hear from you which kind of trader you want to be. Now you know the kind of trader you have. So if you can hear me, place it in the group and tell us the kind of trader you want to be. Do you want to be a scalper? Do you want to be a day trader? Or you want to be a swing trader? All right, so let's move on, guys. Who are forex brokers? Have you been wondering you can also participate in this financial market called forex? Now, worry not. I will give you the answers here. Now, brokers, as I've been mentioning, they are the firms that basically offer we the individuals who don't have billions of dollars or millions of dollars to trade directly in the market. So they give us the opportunity to leverage on their money with our small money and then also be connected to the forex market. I get the point. So these firms are also called forex dealers. I hope you get it. So those are the guys. Now let's look at some of them. We have Xness. I told you about Xness. I'll be giving you the link. Make sure you use the link to register everything. So we ensure that everyone, if you have any old kind of account, get rid of it. You're using everything new, fresh, and everything fresh profit, fresh everything. Get everything fresh over here. All right. So Xness is the number one that we are using here. That's why I put it first. And we move on to just for. These are both on fixed time trading brokers. Then we come to the indices, deriv.com, Light Forex, and stuff like that. They are all there. Then we come to Pocket Option and IQ Option. These ones, they are binary brokers. Yeah, I put them here for you to know the various categories we have. All right. So these are the brokers that we can. So, but now let's find out how can we determine that this broker is a good broker or not. Let's move on and find out. So how to identify good brokers. Now, the first thing you have to look at is whether they are operating for a longer period of time and have stood the test of time. If they are able to stand a set of time, then you can just, if they are regulated by recognized world bodies, you have to know whether they are regulated. Because if your money is with them, you need to be careful about who is regulating them. And they must have fast deposit and withdrawal system. This is one of the important aspects. If their deposit and withdrawal system is not fast, my people, get rid of them. They cannot be money. They cannot be holding money. You need to be withdrawing as quickly as possible. And they must also have good customer support system in place, and that will help you to channel your concerns to them. Very, very powerful. All right. So I think at this particular time, we have done enough, and actually very suitable for the first day. And I believe you are going to, and I believe you have enjoyed it so much. If you have any questions, guys, bring the questions on board tonight, and then let's have them addressed for you as you have listened to all that I've said. Today, I told you it's a theory section. We didn't go into any practicals. We are dealing with the theory for now, preparing the mind, preparing the latest form, everything down for you guys to sleep comfortably. Yeah, if you now get the knowledge of all these things, you are enter the market. Okay. That's right. So if there are questions, bring the questions on board. And then based on what we have actually treated now, we have a lot of things to bring on board. So if you have questions tonight, bring them on board and then let's get them resolved. All right. Any questions from the introduction stage through the historical background down into what the forex is, the composition of the forex market, the major players that we have in the market, into what you need to know about why you need to have sufficient knowledge about the market, and also the various things you need to do to get that knowledge, and then the different types of traders that we have. Yeah, the different types of traders that we have. Now you can all tell which kind of trader you want to be coming days. You can see yourself. I can see somebody saying that I want to be a scalper because I want to make quick money. Somebody say, oh, me, I want to be a cool guy. I want to just hold my trade from morning, then evening I close some. That one, I will make some nice profit for the whole day. Somebody say, okay, for me, I have huge capital. Like those, they are guys. Understand? Yeah. So I think that's very powerful. I think some kind of comment I can Edujan says, I love to scalp. Okay. I love to scalp. Which one is better? So I love scalper. All right. You know, you want to make quick money in the market. That is, you want to make scalping is very for small. So if you want to scalp, if you want to trade with a small account, don't joke. Don't go and don't go and be a day trader. If you have a small account, $100, $200, $500 and stuff, be scalping every day. You make more, even holding it. How to get a picture. So we'll be going deeper into that when we start a practical. Yeah. So someone says you need to decide yourself on your capital, your personal schedules, and your targets. Yeah. You need to decide. So how long or short dumping? Yeah, the trend that is why we're doing both fundamental and technical analysis. So when we come to analysis, you will be well acquainted with how to get to buy and when to sell. So me too, I want to be, hey, this one I don't understand. Okay. Okay. This people, they want to finish the money in the market too. Hey, man. Oh, that's great. So who is also going to, oh, this guy is going to finish the money right now.
I want to also be a do or die trader.
Oh my, another one. Back to do or die. Then you kill the market, right? Oh my. So the guys are going to do some crazy things out there. They are going to finish all the money. 6.6 trillion daily. You're going to clear all the money. I tell you guys, you are going to do amazing things over there. Powerful things over there. As long as you are ready to follow instructions. Your library, I told you the books on the Amazon, they are costly, but then we'll give all of them to you here at a very lower cost, so you can afford them easily. Things that we are acquired at higher cost will be given to you at very low cost. You can access them, and so I'll put everything in the group, sharing with you the link for the broker that we recommend for all of you guys to register on them. It's very simple to register, and you verify your accounts. I want you guys to be active on the page. Every single thing I'll be sharing with you. I think I even send the thing in the group. So when you are reading and you don't understand anything, you ask. We'll be giving you the books that you reading alongside to fulfill the second part of your session here. All right. So I think we have less than 1 minute to close the session. And so if there's no question again, then I think we are preparing to actually
Okay,
take a leave.
just a quick one.
All right.
With this broker, Xness or something, I
Yeah.
have an account with them, but proof of residence. So I
Yeah.
was not able to fund it because
Okay.
you know what they are asking for. You don't have your address on that resident because you rented the place. So
You can
if
use your
there
bank
could
account.
be another.
Just use your bank account details. The address on your bank account.
Okay. And my
is
bank
very.
account too, I use company account and then Momo as my personal account.
Yeah. What it means is that